So for I can't stand it. It's pretty difficult just to find one thing to complain about, even though I complain about everything. When it comes to the I can't stand it, I can't stand the Notre Dame bias. It just bothers me to my core, and I'm not even a Notre Dame hater. I don't mind Notre Dame, but the bias that not only the committee but the AP poll had for however many weeks until the college football playoff came out towards Notre Dame is insane. I don't care who you are. If let's just say I don't know where they started, but they started out 0-2. They lost their two biggest games at the beginning of the season and were still ranked. They were 0-2 and ranked. I have never seen that ever. Now, granted, there could just be me not knowing polls correctly, but I cannot stand the Notre Dame bias. I don't care that they have the history of this fantastic program. I don't care that they've won a lot of national championships. If they start out 0-2 and they've won all these games, now granted, I guess they're the last 4 or 5 weeks they've been blowing these guys out of the water. But even then, Notre Dame is just like they're good, but the bias towards Notre Dame of like it wouldn't even matter if they were good. They could win these games by 5 or 6 points, and I still think the committee would have them in the exact same spot that they're in now. And that's what bothers me is I feel like there's no getting rid of Notre Dame. If you're and anybody in the Big Ten, anybody in the SEC, anybody in the Big 12 can understand this monologue that I'm going on. Because if it comes down to because Notre Dame gets an extra bye week, they don't have a conference championship. So if Notre Dame gets an extra week's rest, and let's just say BYU or Utah somehow has an ability to sneak inside the playoff, and they get snubbed because Notre Dame didn't play a conference championship game, and they get to sneak in the playoff at number 10, that other team is going to be pissed. And they're going to say, why does Notre Dame get in? They didn't play a conference championship. They lost 2 games. They lost 2 of their ranked games, to Texas A&M and Miami. Why are they getting in the playoff? And then it's going to spark a whole different argument. And it tackles onto the whole, if you go to the SEC championship game, and you lose, you're not getting the playoff. I've seen so much of that. Like if Alabama gets the SEC championship and they lose to Texas A&M, they're not getting the playoff. If Alabama gets to the SEC championship and doesn't, and let's just say they lose, they get their third loss and they don't make the playoff, I think Alabama would secede. The state of Alabama would secede from the union again. I just don't see it happening. I do not see that going over very well. Because you can't punish a team for making a championship game. You can't punish a team for playing in one of the hardest conferences in college football, making it, only having one loss, making it to that championship game, and then losing. You cannot punish them for that. And if they punish us, when, I know y'all remember this, when TCU lost their conference championship game, however many years ago that was, when it was 4 teams, and didn't even drop a spot, Alabama will have a field day with that. So that's my I can't
Well,
stand it.